Stephen A. Smith just went full throttle at Dan Le Batard. It's a little bit of ESPN drama, and it made sense why he went at him. And we're going to cover a little bit of exactly what's going on. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's first get into what Stephen A. said first.
Every day you come at me, I'll come right back at you at my discretion. But what I won't do is constantly lament an employer that was once good enough for me to take money from. That's BS. It really, really is. I'm listening to Dan Le Batard, and I guess that it was some show from the other day, because obviously it was in the aftermath of the layoffs and you know, a sad day, the worst day in the history of ESPN and all of this stuff because of the layoffs. Of course it was a bad day. Of course that's not something you celebrate. Of course you take no joy in folks losing their jobs. I know that, and as I will remind this audience, as sad as I am, and as wishful as I am that every single one of those folks land on their feet and ultimately recapture a prosperous career that they had at ESPN, that they do it somewhere else, I will remind everybody they're casualties of a layoff. Because ESPN lost $5.5 billion.
Casualties of a layoff. What did I first say when it happened? It's all about the money. They fired everybody because whenever companies lose money, the first thing you need to do is fire people to save money. If I'm paying you $3 million a year, if I'm paying you $2 million a year, let me get rid of you to save some money. Because when you're a New York Stock Exchange companies, you have to answer to investors and things like that. Now, I don't know who Dan Le Batard is personally. I don't. So this is my first time ever looking at his show, the Le Batard show. So let's play a clip of what he was saying.
I want to get into with Amin here something that was, I imagine, strategically placed last Friday before a long 4-day holiday.
Okay, now I've seen his face before. I just didn't know his name.
Again, so that people wouldn't spend the entire next few days talking publicly about what happened at ESPN in what I believe can be described, I don't know what second place would be, as the second worst day, or the worst day in the history of ESPN. The worst public day in the 40-year history of the company, where they let go of Jeff Van Gundy, blindsiding a 17-year employee. They let go of Susie Colbert, 28 years. Max Kellerman gone. You got McShay.
So he's like, look, this the worst day we done seen in ESPN history.
Dan Le Batard is one of the most brilliant people you will ever meet. He knows this. What you bitching for? What you don't have in subscribers, you have in the digital stratosphere. Lesson to everybody out there in today's day and age and the direction that the business is going in, if you don't have a footprint within the realms of social media, chances are it's going to be challenging for you to maintain being gainfully employed.
Somebody who's watching this, who watch First Take, Undisputed, ESPN live on TV? Let me know in the comments. I watch First Take, Undisputed, and ESPN clips all on YouTube. I don't watch any ESPN live. I never turn on the TV and go to ESPN or First Take. I watch it from clips on YouTube. That's just how it is. I see clips on Twitter. So if you don't have that social media presence, you're going to fail in this industry. You are. That's where it's at. I agree, Stephen. I agree.
Acting like, listen, it's hard times, it's hard times, it's hard times. I mean, what has happened to the worldwide leader? What has happened to ESPN? Business has happened. May of 2003. ESPN laid off 400 staffers. Where were y'all then? Oh, you were employed by ESPN. November 2015, ESPN laid off 300 staffers. Where were you then? Oh, you were employed by ESPN. April 2017, 100 on-air talent was laid off. What was the number the other day, fellas? 20. 100 were laid off in 2017. 100. November 2017, 150 staffers. 6 months later, 150 staffers laid off.
So basically, Stephen A. Smith is saying people get fired every day, B. They have a history of firing people. This ain't nothing. It's not the worst day. You have to put yourself in a position. Number one, you had to see. If you didn't see this coming, you're just blind because the world is moving towards podcasting, people having their own shows, and social media, and people want to own their own stuff and be able to make money by putting out their own content versus these terrible contracts you're getting. Yes, you're being able to be on TV, and that help you out, so you got to parlay that into something bigger. Look what Stephen A. doing. He came over to the YouTube world like, look, just in case y'all fire me, my name is big enough. Thank you. Fire me if you want. I'm still going to eat. Look at all the other athletes. So Stephen A. is protecting ESPN. He like, look, you took the check. It was good until it wasn't. It reminds me of that person who talks smack about their spouse, their ex-spouse, after the relationship is over with. Oh, man, that's why you had a small so-and-so. We was together 8 years. We was together 8 years. Now you want to complain like, he was so terrible. Or she just was toxic. He was a narcissist. You had 3 kids with him. Why you want to complain now? So, yeah, you took the ESPN money. You got fame off of it. Yeah, when they fire people, they going to fire people all the time. It is what it is. Some people going to say, some people not. What's your thoughts in the comments? I'm on Stephen A.'s side on this one. It's your boy, Lando Success. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. We're going to keep this content coming. Stephen A. Smith, keep going hard. Welcome to the YouTube space. Let go.